Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Santa Clara airports declare war on GA with 100 low-lead ban. Also flight design F2 EASA certified, and Air Force ready to discharge uncooperative airmen. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. Santa Clara airports declare war on GA with 100 low-lead ban. A number of California cities are escalating their war on private aviation. A long-running dispute with locals about the impact of airborne lead has finally taken effect, banning the sale and distribution of 100 low-lead fuel at Reid-Hillview and San Martin, both airports within the Santa Clara area. Airport authorities note that 2 of the 4 fuel providers at Reid have already switched to Swift fuel brands, unleaded 94, the only available unleaded aviation gasoline in the region. The remaining providers are expected to transition, with the only fuels to be sold being Jet A or unleaded 94. The change comes following a unanimous August vote by the Santa Clara County Board of Commissioners to close Reid-Hillview as soon as possible, ostensibly due to the disputed negative health reports on children living near the airport. Lead exposure from flights above has become a trendy excuse for not in my backyard types. Studies on their blood lead levels showed a slightly elevated amount that was still within range of accepted values. Regardless, the general consensus holds that the move was a backdoor tactic geared towards closing the airport. The board has discussed closure of Reid in 2031, which is the point when previously accepted FAA grants no longer protect its continued operation. After the break, FAA ends commercial space astronaut wing program. Those details after these messages.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Pilot Communications USA is proud to introduce our latest headsets, the Carbon A1 Active Noise Reduction and the Carbon P1 Passive Headset. Carbon fiber makes our headsets 30% lighter than others, which significantly reduces pilot fatigue. Our BlueLink hand control unit allows you to connect 2 devices at the same time, and the record out capability can send audio to an onboard camera or digital recorder. Get the headset that's so light you may forget you're wearing one at pilot-usa.com.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're going to be summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. FAA ends commercial space astronaut wings program. The FAA has reconsidered the process and will now recognize individuals who reach space on its website instead of issuing commercial space astronaut wings. Any individual who is an FAA licensed or permitted launch and reaches 50 statute miles above the surface of the Earth will be listed on the site. The U.S. commercial human space flight industry has come a long way from conducting test flights to launching paying customers into space, said FAA Associate Administrator Wayne Monteith. If you have an EAA museum membership, you can now enter AMA for free. The organizations notified their membership bodies that they will now share free admissions between each museum under their purview. Free admission to the EAA Aviation Museum in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as well as the National Model Aviation Museum in Muncie, Indiana, will allow active members of either organization to enter either free of charge. This arrangement is a natural extension for the close relationship between model aviation and recreational flight, said Chad Boudreau, Executive Director of AMA. Final assembly begins on first Airbus A321XLR. Airbus began final assembly on its A321XLR testbed aircraft, a major step in the program for their upcoming freighter program. The aircraft will be the first of 3 built to undergo flight testing and type certification beginning in 2022, with an eye towards entry into service sometime in 2023. The current production at Hamburg won't be the only facility, according to Michael Menking, head of the A320 program. IFALPA applauds Cathay pilots' assistance. Cathay Pacific pilots have been recognized by the IFALPA for their support of fellow Hong Kong-based employees subjected to forced government-run mandatory quarantine upon entry into the country. The natural conditions of work for airline crew have resulted in a near-perennial isolation, with a number of pilots and their families included due to their close proximity. IFALPA brought attention to the support rendered by the Cathay employee family, saying they provided countless care packages, food, essential appliances, and other necessities to their quarantining colleagues. Well, that does it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's return to the rest of the news. Flight Design F2 EASA certified. Flight Design General Aviation has received EASA C-23 certification of their 2-seater lightweight sport plane. The high-wing S-LSA sports an extra-large cabin interior, panel-mounted Amsafe Airbags, and an Airframe Emergency Parachute System. The carbon fiber structure is light and sturdy, with a spacious cargo room that belies its light sport origins. The large span stabilizer and separate elevator provides authoritative low-speed control and better feel, with sweet low-speed flight characteristics. Sculpted winglets reduce induced drag while improving climb capability and cruise range, while the strutless wing and tapered fuselage maximize its aerodynamic performance with maximal fuel economy and efficiency. With 51-inch cabin width is suited particularly to the domestic American market, suited for pilots from 5'1" to 6'6" with ease. In a break from regular light sports, the F2 features a cabin cargo shelf that can carry more than an extra quart of oil. The sunroof above combines with the 4 windows to create an airy, open atmosphere that improves visibility throughout all phases of flight. Flight Design selected the G3X Touch for its PFD, EMS, and MAP functions, with a GTX 345 that provides ADS-B out in satellite weather, traffic, and real-time TFR notification. The CS-23 compliant F2 is powered by a Rotax 912IS 100 horsepower engine. After these messages, Air Force ready to discharge uncooperative airmen. I'll explain after the break.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. Air Force ready to discharge uncooperative airmen. The Air Force has released its procedures for those servicemen with denied requests for medical, religious, or administrative exemptions for the COVID-19 vaccination requirement. Once the request has been refused, they have 5 days to become vaccinated, file an appeal, request separation, or begin retirement. Once their appeal to retire, separate, or be exempted is denied, they have 5 days to become fully vaccinated. If they refuse the vaccine at that point, according to Secretary of the Air Force Frank Kendall, they will be subject to the initiation of administrative discharge. The move comes as little surprise given the events of the last 2 months. Many vaccine mandates have only been postponed in their enforcement as petitioners hoped that their request on file would be approved. As the tremendous backlog is worked through, some have been surprised by the refusals. Those who refuse the vaccine should not be surprised by the lack of accommodations, given the institutional demand for high vaccination rates throughout the services. The most recent data from the Air Force noted that 3,200 servicemen were verbally refused the treatment, but over 10,500 had been in the process of requesting religious exemption. To date, not one exemption has been granted. That does it for our show today. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. You can catch episodes of Airborne on Roku and Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne in the directory. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.